I have a baby cat right next to me. Oh, we're so small for that.
You have a kitten?
No, I just call her my baby kitty because she was very little when I got. They were both really little when I got them, but she was especially little. So. Oh,
mine's sleeping on the couch right behind me, but I think my shoulder's cutting him off. The chair's hiding.
I see the tip of the ears. I think. Yeah, there we are.
He's right behind me. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the PokeBeach.com podcast. My name is John. I go by Water Pokemon Master on the website. And I am joined, as always, by my good friend...
Justin Basil of JustinBasil.com.
We're in a slight rush today, but we will try to get through the news. We missed last week because I forgot. There wasn't that much news.
There wasn't that much news.
It was just those decks.
There wasn't that much news.
And okay, so let's jump right into the news. Let's start with the big news of this week is that Terastal Festival EX has officially been revealed. This will be Japan's annual high-class pack set for 2024. It was teased last week. They showed Terra EVEX last week and the booster pack image in a commercial, and they were very small and blurry, but now we have the full reveal. It will release on December 6th in Japan, as I've reported before. We first discovered its trademark on June 5th and posted that it would feature the Eeveelutions on June 25th. So here we are 6 months later, and that information is true. So the set will contain 187 cards before secret rares, but they didn't reveal any secret rares yet, which is very unusual. This is the main attraction of these high class pack sets is that they feature an enormous amount of secret rare cards, and they always have alternate artwork. So like, for example, last year's Shiny Treasure EX had 190 cards in its main set. And then, oh my God, my hair just keeps getting worse as I'm playing with it.
I love it.
I was like, oh my God.
Look, you're trying to get that Eevee tuft going. I get it.
For those of you listening while not watching, I was trying to get my hair. My hair just kept getting messier as we were progressing. Anyway, so last year's Shiny Treasure EX, which was last year's high class pack set, had 190 cards in its main set and a whopping 170 secret rares. So we should get like a similar ratio for Terastal Festival EX, but like I said, unusually, they did not reveal any of the secret rares yet. So we have no idea how many there's actually going to be. So I guess the set is still, no, they revealed Shiny Treasure EX around the same time last year. So
did the tournament that these were revealed at, did it actually finish, or is this just day one that's over?
No, it finished.
I don't remember.
It finished. So this set was revealed during a live stream tournament, and this is what they've done for like at least the last 3 years. Revealed it for that. I had to get up at 3 a.m. and sit through 3 hours of that tournament to wait for these card reveals. But that wasn't fun. But
I had to watch a tournament for 3 hours. I love how pouty that sounds. Like it's great.
You like how what?
He was like, I had to watch a tournament for 3 hours.
Well, I mean, it was 3 a.m. It was like, it felt
I know.
like
I'm just giving you
torture.
crap.
But
I wasn't awake.
What were we saying? It was I forgot what we were saying. So they revealed it during the tournament, which they've done every year. But this was so weird this year because they only revealed these cards. They've only revealed 4 new cards, which we'll get to. And we already saw the Eevee. So it was just really weird because for the last few high-class pack sets, they always start off revealing some of the secret rares. Like last year, we saw some of the shiny Pokemon right off the bat. They didn't do that this time. So I have no idea what that means. So we'll see.
Does that mean they think it's too far out? Because we are still in...
Well, that's what I just said.
We're still in October.
Right, but that's what I said was that the last 2 years, they also revealed the set pretty much on the same day as we just got this set. I think last year it was like maybe the 23rd actually, or something like that. But it was, it's always been revealed in October. So that's why it's a little unusual. I felt it was a very underwhelming reveal. So I don't know why that is. And I guess we'll find out. But
maybe they're holding the big guns back. I don't know. It seems weird.
Yeah, I mean, they do have the Generations decks coming out, but we also had those. Did we have those last year around the same time, or maybe that's like interfering with the reveal schedule this time? So each Terastal Festival EX booster pack will contain 10 cards instead of the usual 5, because most sets have just 5 card packs. And this will include a guaranteed Pokemon EX. So these high class pack sets are always defined by having larger pack sizes, guaranteed hits in each pack, and of course a large amount of secret rares. So that won't be any different for this set. They also revealed the reverse holo pattern, or I think they call it mirror holofoil in Japan. It's going to have the cracked ice layer that we've seen on even some English cards going back to like I think it was EX5 Red and Leaf Green on the legendary birds. So they're going to have that cracked ice foil sheen thing on the background to represent terastalization. And then these reverse holos will also have a rainbowy Pokeball in the background. So yeah, that'll be the reverse holos. Then they, of course...
So the decks...
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, so the decks that I found were the ones that got roped into Obsidian Flames. Mm-hmm. Those came out in July in Japan.
Okay, so then maybe that is why the reveal for this was a little held back. Maybe the starter deck Generations, maybe that's like what they want to promote for the next few weeks, and then they'll go full force with Terastal Festival after that. So that could be an explanation.
Starter deck Generation comes out only a few weeks prior to Terastal Festival, right?
I forgot.
Yeah, exactly 2 weeks. I'm looking at the reveal dates.
Okay,
now.
So maybe that's why they didn't go full force revealing this set, because those decks are in the way of it. So that would be
it's kind of weird to see them put 2 major products like that so close to each other.
Well, they want to rush because we have the exciting Owners Pokemon sets coming out next year.
Yeah, those come out in January, right? Don't we have an official date for those now?
We do. So we should see the reveal of that in probably late November, early December. But so then back to the Terastal Festival EX. As with all high class pack sets, the main set will mostly contain reprinted cards and maybe 15 to 30 brand new cards. This is because these high class pack sets are a way for Japanese players to get caught up with the releases from that year, to help them with their decks and stuff. So it makes it easy for them to get those cards. And then the main set will also have alternate artwork cards that release throughout the year in other languages, such as our pre-release promos and even Korea's alternate art Ogre Pawnee X that they got earlier this year that hasn't released in Japan yet. So that's been confirmed for the set. So these high class pack sets are mainly reprints mainly reprinted cards from throughout the year, some with alternate artwork. And then, of course, they have the large amount of secret rares, all with alternate artwork. So then out of the couple of new cards that will be in the set, we got reveals of Flareon EX, Hoothoot and Larry's Professionalism. We also got EX last week, but we'll review that since we didn't do our episode last week. So what do you think of these reveals, Mista?
I'm with you. I think they're very underwhelming.
Yeah.
I don't know why they chose to lead with this.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they led with Flareon, which, let's be frank, is nobody's favorite.
That's literally the least popular Eeveelution.
Yeah, my least favorite's Glaceon, but Flareon's definitely down there. I don't know why they would lead with this. I guess they've already used Sylveon, but they still have Umbreon. They still have Espeon. Those are both very popular. Jolteon is extremely popular. Vaporeon exists. Like there are other Eeveelutions that they could have picked to roll with this. To me, it feels like with the reveal of the Flareon, at least, it feels like they're trying to show almost like that they're going to kind of do a EVEX box kind of deck with them. Because if I'm not mistaken, the attack costs are the same for this Flareon and for the Eevee, which makes sense, right? That's the 3 types from the Cantonian Eeveelutions.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Fire, water, lightning.
So you can hit 3 different types.
Lightning. Yep. You can pair them
But
together.
I don't know how relevant that's going to actually be. I guess we'll find out.
Do you want to go over them?
We can. Flareon EX is a Stage 1 Pokemon that evolves from Eevee. It has the attack Burning Charge for Fire Colorless. It does 130 damage. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energy and attach them to one of your Pokemon. Probably basic energy cards. Attach them to one of your Pokemon and then shuffle your deck. It's okay. It's a little slow, but it's okay. I would have liked it more for just a single energy. And then for Fire, Water, Lightning, Carnelian does 280 damage. And then during your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. 280 is good for that attack cost.
Yeah, but you can tell they've designed this Flareon to work with the Jolteon and Vaporeon that'll come out, because searching for the other energy to power up maybe the Jolteon or Vaporeon or whatever.
Maybe Jolteon has something that like reduces the attack cost, or Vaporeon increases HP, or something that works with this Flareon. Because just seeing this, and again, I guess EVEX, it's not that interesting.
I think now that we've figured out that the decks are coming out when they're coming out, I think that this is probably they're just saying, hey, this announcement was just to say, hey, the set is coming out soon, just so you know, but we don't want to hype it up too much because it will eclipse the release of those decks. So they're just like, they have to do this for like pre-orders and announce it. So I think that's why they kind of made it a little underwhelming. And then they want people to be excited about the decks because those come out first. And then they'll pull out the big guns with the secret rare alternate art, Umbreon EX and things like that with,
I feel like they're just different markets though, because these decks aren't meant for like pro players.
Well, they still want people buying them.
Yeah, but like,
I don't know. All right, so then EVEX was revealed last week. Note that this does not evolve into Flareon EX because Flareon EX evolves from regular Eevee.
Yeah, you do have to use the Rainbow DNA ability, which says you can play any Pokemon EX that evolved from Eevee onto this Pokemon to evolve it. You can't evolve this Pokemon during your first turn or during the turn you play it.
So that's how they break the rule.
Yeah. That makes it so you can run a bunch of Eevees, though.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good. Bunch of Eevee. And then Court Shine does 200 damage. It's an attack in a pinch. How's that?
And again, it has the same attack cost as the Flareon EX with the Fire, Water, Lightning. So it'll be interesting to see if like maybe Jolteon, Vaporeon, Flareon share that attack cost, and then maybe Espeon and Umbreon have like Psychic, Dark or something, and then Leafeon, Glaceon have Grass, Water, something like that.
Yeah, maybe each generation or each combo generation is going to work together. Mm-hmm. Or maybe they'll shove
and they revealed
Sylveon with Espeon and Umbreon. I don't know.
And they also revealed the all-important Hoothoot.
So that Hoothoot feels insulting. Okay, I know you're thinking, oh, it's just a random Hoothoot. But it having 80 HP, most people will be like, oh, good, it has a lot of HP. That's actually a downside in this game right now, because you want to have Pokemon that have 70 HP and less to get them out with Buddy Buddy Poffin. So this 80 HP is like a slap in the face, like, no, you're not actually going to be playing this Hoothoot because you have to play one of the Hoothoot that has 70 HP.
Well, I think that further proves that these high-class pack sets are just... they're not meant to like contain a lot of powerful new cards. They're just meant to help players catch up with cards they might have missed throughout the year. And then of course for collectors who don't really care about how good the cards are, they get to get a Hoothoot with new artwork. The
art is pretty.
Yeah.
The art's great.
Yeah.
It's just,
So
why couldn't that have been the exact same Hoothoot with different art?
So the Hoothoot just has the ability Insomnia. It can't be put to sleep. And then it has Tackle for 20 damage and 2 colorless.
And if you use Glass Trumpet, you can get that powered up in one turn, no problem. With no damage reduction. Because if you try to use double turbo for that, then no damage. And then we have a supporter card called Larry's Professionalism. This card is... I have thoughts. Discard your hand, then search your deck for a Pokemon, supporter, and basic energy card. So 3 of them total. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. It's... The discarding your hand part first feels ugly. I'm sure there's a deck that would love this simply because, whatever, I want to dump my hand anyway. But for a Pokemon, a supporter, and a basic energy, that feels awful. You're not going to be able to play the supporter card that turn because you just played Larry's Professionalism. A Pokemon you can get with like Ultra Ball and discard only 2 instead of your whole hand. And a basic energy, there are so many ways to get basic energy that are better than using your supporter card for turn. It just doesn't feel great.
Yeah. But everybody loves Larry. So, again, collectors.
Everybody does love Larry.
So, collectors.
Let's be honest. This guy is a secret agent. He's got to be.
And then we will probably get the reveal of Prismatic Evolution next week. That will be our special set coming out January 17th that will undoubtedly contain the cards from Terastal Festival EX. And they might also contain the cards from EX Starter Deck Generations. Do you have an opinion on that yet? If our English set will have EX Starter Deck Generations, or if they'll save that for like our March set or something?
I think our January set should have both. I think that's pretty much what it's going to be is the starter decks and this, whatever we get out of this set. Yep.
All right. So, we'll get the reveal of Prismatic Evolution probably this coming week, and we'll see. We'll see the products coming out and everything. All right. What's our next news story that we should talk about? Hold on. I want to jump back a page to see when was the last podcast. Okay. So we did talk about Prismatic Evolution before. Okay. All right, so next news story. Oh, how about, okay. So we have information on Heatwave Arena and the glory of Team Rocket. That was also the big story of this week. So Heatwave Arena will release in Japan on March 14th, and it will feature Cynthia's Garchomp EX. So that's cool. I kind of thought it was going to feature like Volcarona or something, but so Cynthia's Garchomp EX is kind of a callback to Garchomp C Level X from the Diamond and Pearl days, so that's why I put this image here. And I think I have to double check, but I think this is a strengthening pack expansion set. I need to update this story, which would mean that it is an A set, so like a subset. But I'm gonna double check that.
Heatwave Arena specifically?
Yeah.
Actually, no, that would make sense because Battle Partners would be the main set.
Yeah, and
Heatwave Arena would be the B.
Yeah. So I have to.
That would make sense.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was, but I have to double check that. And those who purchase a box of Heatwave Arena will also receive the 3 winning promo cards from 2024's illustration contest. I'll get to that news story next, so bookmark that for now. And then. Now, the next big part of this story is that the Glory of Team Rocket is going to release on April 18th. As expected, the set will feature Rocket's Mewtwo EX. There will be no dark Pokemon in the set. They will all be Rocket's Pokemon. So we've had Rocket's Mewtwo in the original, was it Gym Heroes or Gym Challenge? One of those. And then I think it was Gym Challenge, yeah. And then Rocket's Mewtwo EX from EX Team Rocket Returns. So obviously it makes sense that we would get another. So we're going to get a third Rocket's Mewtwo EX. So that'll be cool.
Something I wanted to state just for those who are going to try to come down on you, and I know you're going to be like, wait, what? When he says no dark Pokemon in the set, he means like no dark Vileplume. Yeah. Rocket's Vileplume, not no darkness type Pokemon in the set.
Yeah.
That's not what he means. Okay. Just so you're clear, because I know some of you are going to be like, but you said no, that's not what he said. Okay.
Dark, there's a different. Dark and darkness are two different things. Darkness. That's why in English they named darkness energy because we already had dark Pokemon in Team Rocket before that. So that's why we have that weird name for dark type in the trading card game, because we had dark Pokemon in Team Rocket. But yeah, there will be Rockets Pokemon. They won't be dark Pokemon, but they could be darkness. We'll see.
They could.
So yeah, those are the two. Finally, we have the set information. And also another thing was that, again, this showed that sometimes the trademarks are revealed out of order. So Heatwave Arena was the last trademark revealed, I think, last month. And yet this is the first set coming out after Battle Arena, which was revealed forever ago. So the trademarks, this once again shows that trademarks can be revealed out of order. And that doesn't mean that that's the order that they're going to release. So just to review the schedule, November 22nd, we're going to get the EX Starter Deck Generations, December 6th, Terastal Festival. And then next year, the first set on January 24th will be Battle Partners featuring the owner's Pokemon. February 21st, 2 decks, being the Stevens Beldum and Metagross EX, and Marnie's Morpeko and Grimmsnarl EX. March, Heatwave Arena with Cynthia's Garchomp EX. April, the Glory of Team Rocket with Rocket's Mewtwo EX. We haven't gotten any May sets for the last 2 years, so we might not get one this coming year. And then June, we might get Black Bolt and White Flare. And if those are releasing in June, that would almost certainly mean, going back to what we were talking about a few weeks ago, that Legends ZA is going to be probably like a summer or fall release, more likely a fall release, I would say. But because the
the speculation right now is mid-year, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense. Black Bolt, White Flare, that reeks of black and white.
Yeah, and that would pretty much bomb anything coming out, any game coming out near that, because they wouldn't be advertising black and white in the card game at the same time that Legends ZA is out. That just wouldn't make sense at all. So, but again, as I said, the trademarks are sometimes revealed out of order. So we don't exactly know this is going to be a June set, Black Bolt and White Flare. So I didn't want to put that into the news story because I didn't want to potentially mislead. Yeah. So, but that's, yeah. All right. And then I mentioned that if you buy a box of Heatwave Arena in March, you can get the illustration promo winners. So, the news for that is that starting March 24th, when Heatwave Arena releases, if you buy a box of Heatwave Arena, you'll get Pikachu, Feraligatr, and Toxtricity EX in a 3-card promo pack at Pokemon Centers in Japan. And we already saw these revealed before. The Pikachu that's scratching itself like a cat, the Feraligatr simplified artwork, and the Toxtricity playing the guitar with the guitar strings as lightning. We should also get those at the English Pokemon Center websites around the same time. For the last illustration promo release in 2022, you had to apply for a code card, and then it was emailed to you. And then if you spent $30 or more, you could use that code card to get the 3 promos. So they might do something like that again for 2024's winner cards. So yeah, that's that news story. And then, whoops. Okay, Google, turn off office couch lamps. All right. And then, another big story of the week. This was a huge story. Oh, this took off. Everybody was excited about this on,
really?
Yeah. Because this
for a
shows
set already over a year old.
This is another example of where you are a player and most people are collectors. So
yeah, but even collectors have seen this set for a year. Why would they be excited?
This shows you have a disconnect. You have a disconnect.
False, sir. False. They just don't know what they're talking about.
No. All right. So this next news story is that there's going to be a Blooming Waters Premium Collection releasing in February for 151. So surprisingly, we are not done with 151 products. This Blooming Waters Premium Collection will contain 12 booster packs of 151, 4 promo cards, a jumbo card, and a code card. So this will be a way to get a bunch of 151 packs, which are very scarce right now and expensive, and which people have been wanting for a long time, for them to reprint in English. So this is going to be a way that they release a bunch of packs at once through this premium collection. 151 originally released in September 2023, so this product is coming out a year and a half later. Again, this is like a way for fans to get a bunch of the 151 packs, and this isn't the first time we've received this kind of post-release product. What was the last one we got? We had
Crown Zenith.
Crown Zenith. We got
there was
something
a really late Crown Zenith product.
Yeah, so that's kind of like what this is, giving fans another chance to grab a bunch of packs easily since they're hard to come across now. It's unclear what the name Blooming Waters is referring to. Could be Venusaur and Blastoise. Vileplume has a full blooming energy ability. There's currently no new 151 promos in Japan that could be candidates for the promos in this product. So they might just be reprinted promo cards, or maybe just like Cosmos holofoil cards or something like that. So
they could be cards from Terastal Festival.
Well, but that Terastal Festival would be covering the cards from 2024, and 151 came out in 2023. So it's a little late for Terastal Festival.
It is.
Cover
it
that.
is.
But
there could always be a Venusaur and a Blastoise in there.
Maybe. I mean, they
could try to shove them in new.
Oh, well, they did have the Chinese Oh no, that was Blastoise V and Venusaur V. Never mind. So we'll get this product in February. We should see product details revealed in December. So we'll look forward to that. Yeah, people on Twitter, Facebook, and the comments of the article were really excited about this product. So this is definitely geared toward collectors. And then
this is one of those things you only buy as a sealed product, because like at this point it is not worth it to open packs. Period. The cards are not worth very much comparatively. Like I don't see the value in this.
Because you're
from a collector standpoint, unless you want exactly this product sealed, I just don't see it.
There's so many people that want to open 151 packs, and people coming into the game after the set was released and not on store shelves anymore. There's always a new influx of people. So Pokemon, the secondary market shows that these packs are very expensive right now, which means there's a shortage of them. So
and the singles are super cheap.
Yeah, but people like opening packs. That's part of the experience. So that's. I don't really. I personally will buy a bunch of packs just to get, all the commons, uncommons, whatever out of the way, and then if I am interested in the set, I'll get singles. But little kids, they want the packs. Collectors, YouTubers.
Little kids are happy with whatever packs. Let's be honest.
And then in related news, Japan is going to get a re-release of Pokemon Card 151. I don't know what you would call this, re-release, reprint, whatever. They're going to get new booster boxes on their store shelves and Pokemon Center store shelves in December. So Japan is reprinting this set. I guess you would call it a new print wave, where they're ordering the factories to print it again, just as if it was when they first released it.
It's funny too, because Japan used to not do new print runs of sets.
Yeah,
they were going to print and then they stopped.
Yep, and then you would get them in the high class pack sets at the end of the year. Any cards you missed if you're a player, but they've really been. I guess they must have done something to. Maybe they opened new print facilities, or I don't know, or they're paying more to print more. I don't know, but we've seen over the last year that they are really pumping out sets that are out of print and hard to find. The only one they haven't reprinted so far is Clay Burst and Snow Hazard, which had the Iono, but they've reprinted every other.
They reprinted
Scarlet.
Those initially. The set with Iono, they reprinted to heck originally.
No, they
probably already had stock.
Those were made to order originally. They printed them. They were sold out the first day, or Clay Burst was specifically sold out within 12 hours. And then they announced it as made to order, where you could, I think, get a booster box or two or something like that, but it was limited. So they never
still new stock.
they never put it back on store shelves, those two sets. But every other set they've done that for. So, so Japan is definitely going back and reprinting things, doing new print runs, new print waves of sets. So, and that's what we're going to get with 151 in December in Japan. And English, I guess the way of doing that is releasing a new product. So yeah, that was the other big story of the week. All right, what else did we... Okay, speaking of 151, there's going to be a new 151 5-pack mini tin bundle released at Costco earlier this month for $39.99. I believe it was only released through their website at first, and I don't know if it was really in stores, but I think it's coming to stores now, or it should be. But this bundle contains exclusive Cosmos/Galaxy reverse holo prints of Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, and Pikachu. So if you're a master set collector, you're going to want to pick these up. I love these Cosmos reverse holos. Like, I think they're absolutely beautiful. And so...
See, this is a product that I can understand. You get all 5 of the tins. You get the promos with Cosmos. This makes sense to me.
Yeah. These... I have my dad's Costco membership, but if my mom has a Costco membership, if she goes there a lot, so I'm gonna ask her like, hey, if you happen to see this, could you grab it for me? I definitely want to see these. This is nostalgic to me, this Cosmos holofoil paper, so I'm always glad to see them printing it. Oh, did I mention how much it was? Yeah, $39.99.
$40.
All right. What is another story of the week? Okay, so EX Starter Deck Generations. We got the reveal of the 9 decks and the special box battle set thing that he's whispering junk.
Just say.
So EX Starter Deck Generations, they will release on November 22nd for 850 yen each. These are very cheap decks. There'll be 9 decks featuring a legendary Pokemon from each generation paired with a Pokemon from that generation. We've talked about these before. So they reveal the decks will have 175 cards total. Most of them will be reprints. But the EX cards will obviously be new. So do you want to go over any of these, or do you just want to declare them lost causes?
Okay, Pikachu, Squirtle, will skip.
Okay.
Next. Lugia, skip. Tyranitar, skip.
Okay.
All junk.
Kyogre, Blaziken.
Junk.
Dialga, Lucario, EX.
Junk.
Reshiram, Amoonguss.
Junk.
Xerneas. Oh my god, you did this on purpose. Xerneas, Noivern. Oh my god.
Noivern, yes.
It's been every freaking week I've had to mention Noivern.
As if I'm the one that revealed this card.
I know.
And it's not very good either. I do want to talk about the Sylveon, though. The Sylveon is vaguely interesting.
Okay, so wait, hold on. So there's a Sylveon that will be in the Xerneas EX and Noivern EX deck, and baby Sylveon. Okay, go ahead.
So Sylveon is a 120 HP stage 1 Pokemon with the ability Safeguard. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon EX. It also has an attack that we don't really care about, but this is especially interesting because we have the Eevee from Surging Sparks, which pre-releases this weekend, guys, starting this weekend. Because we have that coming out, this Pokemon can evolve on the first turn, even if you go first, as long as that Eevee is in the active spot. So Sylveon could go out immediately. Now, right now we do still have Mimikyu. Mimikyu is obviously a possibility. But if you want to have an ability to wall out these Pokemon EX, especially after next year's rotation, I think this is a pretty good option for decks that are already running the Eeveelutions for their setup. So if you're running like a Sylveon EX deck, for example, right now, maybe this is a one-off inclusion to help your deck wall out your opponent. It's a consideration. Something you can't start, which is also nice. It increases your chances of starting Eevee specifically.
All right. Then we had Tapu Koko EX and Mimikyu
Tapu
EX.
Koko, I will talk about too. This isn't an amazing card, but it's worth keeping an eye on. It has lightning, an attack called Thunder Connect for Lightning Colorless. It does 60 plus damage and then 60 more for each of your benched Pokemon. So its multiplier is the same as Raiko's, but it's only taking into account your bench. So it's not as much damage, but it does have free retreat, which is huge. So you have free retreat and okay damage. This combined with something like counter gain isn't bad at all. And it's maybe worth having a one of just in case it becomes relevant.
Mimikyu EX. Junk. Zacian and Alcremie EX. He's sneezing right now.
Not sneezing, dying of cough. That's a
Or
reflex.
coughing, sorry.
No, they're both bad. Yeah, unfortunately, both Alcremie and Zacian no good.
Koraidon and
Koraidon's
Paldean.
not even an ancient Pokemon, which makes this bad.
Paldean and Clodsire.
Paldean Clodsire also bad, unfortunately. The Toedscruel is worth looking at. Toedscruel has the ability Forest Path. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, your active Pokemon's retreat cost is 2 colorless less. We've seen effects like this in the format before. They did not see a ton of play, but they did exist and they did see some play. So this could theoretically pop up in the future. Worth keeping an eye on. Just that Forest Path ability could be pretty helpful.
And then these decks are also going to come with copies of Professor's Research featuring each of the professors from each region going into their corresponding deck. So that's pretty cool.
I'm really happy because this means Elm finally gets a Professor's Research. Kukui finally gets a Professor's Research. This is exciting for me, right? Kukui was the professor when I came back to the card game. Elm is from my favorite region. So
I just noticed they left out Turo. Oh, well. Mm-hmm. And then we also got the pretty artwork for each of these decks, which I am going to talk about in this story, where we're going to get card sleeves featuring the artwork from these decks. They'll release it at Japan's Pokemon Centers on November 22nd, the same day the deck's released. They'll come with 65 card sleeves in each pack, costing 889 yen. And here we have a look at the beautiful artwork for each of these. My favorite is definitely...
That's cool.
Yeah, I love
and Kyogre.
I love the composition of this. Yeah, it's like I just want to take a swim there. I just want to dive in here. And you get the volcano, you get the trees, the tropical trees, you get the ocean.
The Kecleon, the Tropius.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So cool.
And then...
I do want to highlight real quick that Tropius that's in this set is the first colorless Tropius, is it not?
Oh, is it flying type? Or flying? It's supposed to be flying.
Tropius is grass flying.
Yeah.
But I believe this is the first time the TCG has been represented as a colorless Pokemon.
I think you might be right. And then, yeah, I'm just scrolling through the artwork here, but absolutely beautiful. I'm saying I hope these release in English, but I'm not going to hold my breath.
You would die of lack of oxygen.
Yep. All right. And then going along with the release of the 9 starter deck generations, decks will be a EX starter deck generations special battle set. God, these Japanese titles are so wordy. We talked about this before. We knew this was coming out, but it will contain 4 of the decks, being the Generation 2, Generation 1, Scarlet and Violet, and Sword and Shield decks, and 4 promo cards. The promo cards are an illustration rare of Meowth, an illustration rare of Paldean Wooper, a Suicune, and a Duraludon. The Meowth is from Shrouded Fable, but has new alternate art. Paldean Wooper is from the decks, the Koraidon EX and Paldean Clodsire EX deck. Suicune is completely brand new, and Duraludon is a direct reprint from Stellar Crown. So kind of all over the place for these promos.
Yeah.
And this will release for 46.50 yen. Also comes with a playmat, a deck box, 2 coins, and damage counters, as you can see here. So yeah, I guess we'll get these promos and thrown into maybe the same set as the maybe into what are we calling it? The Prismatic Evolution, maybe.
Prismatic Evolution, yeah, probably where it would go.
Yeah, along with the decks. All right, what else do we have this week?
We have creatures telling people to not be so mean online.
Yeah. Okay. So Creatures has issued a statement on PokemonCard.com requesting TCG players to behave respectfully online. If they confirm a player posts derogatory comments on social media or in their live broadcasts, they may issue suspensions. So they announced this last week, but I was asking around trying to figure out why they were issuing this statement. So I talked to my friend Pokaget, who follows the Japanese TCG community closely. He lives in Japan. I asked him why Creatures issued this statement. He said, in his opinion, in Japan, the number of new players has increased significantly in the last 1 to 2 years. As a result, the number of people who have never played the card game before is increasing. It seems this has caused various disparities and differences in thinking between players. As the number of players increase, the number of people who want to participate in tournaments such as the Champions League and City Leagues has increased. These tournaments help you get invited to Worlds, but in order to participate in them, you have to win a lottery to be able to play in them. So as a result, no matter how much you practice, many players can't participate in tournaments, and there are many players as a result who are dissatisfied. Because of all of this, more and more players are criticizing players' poor performances during tournament broadcasts, such as play mistakes or slow progress. So people are insulting people online when they watch them during live streams, I guess. And yeah, because of not being able to play in the tournaments. So we kind of had that problem a bit in the American
We've had
scene.
that problem here too.
Yeah. Not the bashing so much, but the
the complaining about people being in the tournament. Yeah,
not being able to get in.
We've had it.
So
it was especially bad 2 years ago at NAIC when a lot of big players did not get in because they filled up so fast.
Yeah.
There was a lot of hatred flying around and anger about not players who didn't have a chance getting in to play.
Oh, yeah. Like they were saying that I remember seeing some people on Twitter saying like some of these people are just playing for fun and they shouldn't even be able to play in the tournament because I'm a super competitive player and I should be able to play. And I kind of I feel for them in a way. Like I understand that logic, but it's also just not, that's just not how the world. It's very entitled. Yeah. It's not how the world works. If people want to play, they can play. But I do understand that feeling though. Like I think that's understandable. But you have to realize that, that's the reality. You can't bar people from playing based on their experience level. So don't attack each other. Maybe, tell the company.
To the organizer and make them bigger.
Yeah, tell the company, get more seats, get larger venues and things like that. Okay, Google, turn off office couch lamps. So, it seems the same problem is happening over in Japan, and it's leading to people posting negative comments on social media, and during their live broadcasts, you can comment and stuff. So I guess it became such a big problem that they have now pinned this message to the front page of the official Japanese Pokemon TCG website. So it seems like it's a big deal.
They're threatening to take action against players. That's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. So, hopefully they will expand venues more in the future, and then we won't have
the game is so big in Japan too. We think we had it bad here.
Yeah,
we got nothing compared to them.
Yeah. So there was that story, and then we'll do this one next, and then that one, and then So next one is that just a minor story. There's going to be a new Zebstrika promo in Koro Koro Ichiban magazine, which releases November 21st. these promos, they come out every 2 months or something, 3 months. So yeah, we'll get this probably thrown into one of our sets. It's not even worth talking about, is it?
No, card's not good.
Yeah.
But it exists.
It exists.
It's Zebstrika.
If you're a collector, you'll want to pick it up, I guess. All right.
I mean, hey, it could be a worse Pokemon, right?
Yeah. Next news story is that I have the top 10 list for most valuable cards from Supercharged Breaker. In first place was the special illustration rare of Pikachu EX. Second place, Hydreigon EX's special illustration rare, their secret weapon. And then in third place was, surprisingly, Jasmine's Gaze special illustration rare. Usually the waifu cards are in first place, but that was not the case this time. She wasn't even in second place. She was in third place. So
I think it might genuinely be that they just don't like that art that much.
yeah, I think so too.
It's not alluring, and it's not close up on her or in some way, shape, or form risque or evocative. It's just her shoving a sandwich down her gullet. So
I think if it had Ampharos in it, it would have been would have
certainly helped.
I mean, yeah, just have Ampharos eating a sandwich with her. That would have been. I think that would have been really cute. But it was like, what? So yeah. So then Pikachu EX stole her thunder, I guess. So yeah. And then the excluding the full arts, the least valuable secret rare was Durant EX. It's special illustration rare, the one that you can connect to each other. So yeah, that'll make it easier for people to connect them side by side. And then the Magneton illustration rare was by far the most valuable one at $9, followed by Ceruledge at $1.50. Spheal was $1, and then the rest are less than $1. So this pretty much lines up with...
For the record, it's Shinji Kanda, not Canada.
Oh, sorry. Canada.
I know, because Shinji Kanda is my favorite artist currently working for TCG. So I saw you scroll and went...
You know, I really never make, to toot my own horn, I really never make typos, but oops. That's
a fun one. No, this art is really cool too. Yeah, I'm super happy for this card.
This is the Magneton we're getting in the Elite Trainer box for Surging Sparks.
Yes, it is.
So, and the ranking of these illustration rares pretty much falls in line with how many people were excited about them. I think this was pretty much the order of people's excitement for them.
This feels cute. Ceruledge is badass. Magneton's amazing. It's just how it is.
Yeah, I really want that Magneton.
Yes.
And then Pikachu, in terms of the double rares, Pikachu EX was the most valuable at $3, followed by Hydreigon at 50 cents. So, yep. And then Surging Sparks, which is where these cards will be found in English. Pre-releases are starting today. Actually, today is Friday, and
tomorrow technically,
or midnight. Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so be sure to go to your Surging Sparks pre-releases to be able to get these cards. All right, and then I believe our last news story, let me just double check. Yeah, I think that's pretty much our last news story. Our last news story of the week is that GameStop is now offering PSA drop-off submissions. So you can now submit your cards to select GameStop stores to get them shipped to PSA for grading. The cards will be sent to PSA and returned to the same GameStop store where you dropped them off within 45 days. For Pokemon cards valued $200 or less, it will cost $15.99 per card plus a flat $4.99 shipping fee to send them off. Customers will receive email updates throughout the process. The same tier of grading costs $14.99 through PSA's website, so GameStop's is $1 more, but the same PSA tier requires a 20 card minimum and a membership. So there is benefits to taking your cards to GameStop, especially if you're a more casual person who gets your cards graded. And you can also use GameStop's trade credits and pro coupons to save even more on the submissions fees. Cards valued higher can also be submitted, but they'll be charged the usual PSA fees. So all cards must be submitted in penny sleeves and card savers, which GameStop will sell. So yeah, that's the story.
It is, and it's fine. I think it's good that this service is being made a little bit more available. Like GameStops are everywhere, and then obviously it's not every store that's getting them, but I think it's a good step in that direction. I do kind of frown that it's PSA. I know PSA is still for some reason the most popular grading service for Pokemon cards, but with all the scandals with PSA recently and like just the better product that other competitors like Beckett offers, I just don't understand why people would continue to choose PSA for their slabbing. I don't personally get it. But then again, I'm not a big slab connoisseur, and I just see from the outside, and I'm on the outside looking in, and people have their loyalties to PSA for whatever reason.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I've never gotten a card graded unless I had to buy it that way. I like cards in my binder. I don't really care about the value. The only time grading is helpful for me is if I need to, like, for example, I wanted to get, I think I said last year I was trying to get the original base set hollows because all of mine are severely damaged. So for me, buying them graded ensures that when I'm receiving them, they're going to be like good quality cards. So it's not for me, it's not like a show off thing. It's just for me, it's useful in that I know I'm going to get like a good copy of the card. But as for your point about like why do people use PSA, I think it's just because it's the oldest one. It has like the best reputation in terms of recognition, and for people who
it might have had the best reputation, 5-10 years ago. I don't think that's the case anymore.
I really don't know. I don't follow this close enough, but I've seen scandals for all of the grading companies, so I don't know. I'm not very educated in this particular topic, but there's clearly a demand for it, and now GameStop is offering this as their service. So yeah.
If you want somebody to put your cards in plastic for you, GameStop will do it for a fee. They'll send it away for you.
All right. I think that's it for this podcast episode. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We love reading your comments. And as I said, next week we should get the reveal of what's it called? Prismatic Evolution. We'll probably get the reveal next week, maybe like Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. So looking forward to that. And I think that is it. Do we have anything else we want to talk about?
Our Pokemon, maybe.
Yeah.
That we're going to let our viewers talk about in the comments. Let's talk about Zygarde. Zygarde seems fun. Zygarde.
Legend ZA, Zygarde. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, be sure to check out your Surging Sparks pre-releases this weekend, and we will see you all next week. And I believe that's where you're going in a few hours to hold one, right?
Yep, I'm going to be hosting one.
Nice. At midnight, right?
Mm.
Oh, boy. All right. Sure. We will see you all next week. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you have a good week. Bye.